I'm going to give you guys a little recap of what we've done so far in our Social Skills for Life class for teens and university students. So we're 4 out of 8 weeks in, and I'm just so excited about the changes I see happening in the kids, so I'm going to tell you about it. First week, we taught them, of course, acknowledgments and how do you make people feel seen in conversations. And so they were going to the teacher who they thought didn't like them, or the girl who was mean to them at school, or just their parents, whoever it was, and they were giving acknowledgments in conversation, making the people they were talking to feel seen, and just doors were opening to whole new conversations that were a lot richer and more fun they didn't know how to open before. And then the second week, we started talking about how to connect your head and your heart. And as woo-woo as that sounds, there's amazing science behind this. And it comes down to polyvagal theory in one sense, and whether in parasympathetic or sympathetic nervous system responses. In normal language, are you in sort of your stressed out and alone version of self, where your heart's beating faster, your breathing is more shallow, you're feeling disconnected from things, the voice in your mind is mean, it's negative, it's very fearful? Or are you the version of yourself who is calm and connected and in flow, where your breaths are deeper, your heart rate is slower? This little exercise we give them shows them how to go into the calm and in flow version of themselves throughout the day. And it's a different voice that runs the narrative of your life in that state. So how do you access that state? Anytime you want to. And they were using it, before a presentation or before baseball, to really good results for a baseball game. They're learning how to access the very best version of themselves whenever they need it. And then from there, we went into social courage and this wonderful little book called Go for No, which is basically showing that if you're not getting rejected or ignored or turned down or failing, you're not going for what you want, because that's part of the process. Part of the game is misses. And if you're not missing, it means you're not shooting. And if you don't shoot for what you want, you don't get it. And so we're just reframing their entire relationship to courage and going for it around whatever it is that they want. And what this does is it starts to allow you to embrace and step into the full uniqueness of who each of us is, and how to break free from the chains of worrying about what other people are thinking. And one of our students came back this week and just had a bunch of cool little stories where he just went for it in situations where he would have been afraid to in the past. And the results were amazing. And what happens is 60% of the time, life says yes to you when you go for it. But our heads are so fearful that they basically imagine the worst possible thing that could happen, and they give that a 60% likelihood of happening, and it's a lie. And so they're starting to live the experience of breaking through that lie and discovering what's actually true, which is life is ready to say yes to you when you go for what you want, way more than you ever would have guessed. And it's really the only way to be, one could argue. So we've also gotten a look at the conversation that they've been having with themselves about themselves. And if they've been coming from that stressed and alone version of themselves, then the inner narrative is so negative and it destroys self-confidence. And with that in mind, and learning how powerful it is to consciously find appreciation for anything, sweet memories from the past, cool things about the present, you want to manifest and be grateful for your future self, you can do it. And you can also just choose to feel appreciation for qualities of who you are, attributes you have. And one of the students said it tonight, and she was just like, it's not about being arrogant. It's like we deserve to feel that good about ourselves because we've been tearing ourselves down with that stressed and alone voice for so many years because we just didn't know any better. So I'm seeing them get palpably more confident and calm and sort of excited about their lives every week, which is everything I could have ever dreamed for. So if you know a human who would benefit from this, let me know. And if you know a teenager or university age student, early 20s works too, who'd want to be a part of the next version of this class, you let me know. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. Catch you next time.